Greetings, my name is Ali and I'm your IELTS instructor. This is the first class of the IELTS module, IELTS course, and throughout this course you will see different material or different information that I will be teaching you that will help you increase your IELTS band. The classes will start with the writing module, then we'll go into reading module, then listening module, and then lastly we'll do the speaking module. The classes are articulated in this way because that if you're able to write, you will be able to read, and if you're able to read, you will be able to listen, and if you're able to do all those three things, you will be able to speak properly. In the writing module, there are two tasks that are given. One task is letter, the other task is essays. In case of academic IELTS, your task 1 will be explaining the graphs rather than doing the letters. My course is divided into my course is divided into 14 different classes, each class being 2 hours long. I will try to stay with you throughout this course, and if you have any questions, you can go ahead and message my page and we can proceed from there. Let's begin with IELTS writing task 2, because task 2 is the hardest one. What will happen is we'll begin with task 2, which is essays, and throughout the 14 classes you will be prompted to do IELTS task 2 tasks daily. That way, by the end of 14 classes, you will have done 14 essays. If you take 28 days, then you would have done 28 essays. We'll look at the rubrics. Rubric of something, or rubric of exam, is the way that your exam will be examined by. There are 4 different tasks that you have to achieve, or there are 4 different things that you have to fulfill, 4 different criteria that you have to fulfill in order to get a higher band, or high, also known as grade or letter or number or score in IELTS. One is task achievement, the other one is cohesion and coherence, third is lexical resource, and finally the fourth is grammatical range and accuracy. In task achievement, your target is to fully address the things that are written in the essay. In the task achievement, your target is to fully address things that are written, that are being asked by you, by the IELTS examiner to do. You have to fulfill all those questions. You have to answer all those questions. Make sure your task achievement fulfills all parts of the question, addresses all parts of the question, presents a clear position throughout the response. This means that if you are saying that this glass has yellow liquid in it, throughout the essay, your narrative is that it is a yellow liquid and it is not blue liquid in the middle. You can showcase the other side, but you have to inform the person that you're just showing them the other side rather than saying that the liquid is blue. Otherwise, your bands or your criteria, you will get less marks for that particular criteria. Presents, extends, and supports main ideas, but there may be tendency to overgeneralize, or supporting ideas may lack focus. Keep in mind that this particular task achievement part is from band 7 and not band 9. This is because some of you might be having difficulty reaching band 7 And if you have already achieved band 7, then I would tell you to focus on band 9. When it says it lacks focus, it means that while you were talking about this liquid being blue, you started talking about the surrounding air and how the air is so nice and how the air is pleasant. And that is completely okay if you were to add that because the air was so nice and pleasant, you saw the liquid as yellow rather than blue. Apologies, I will have to turn off the air conditioner, so just give me a moment. The second criteria is cohesion and coherence. Cohesion and coherence, if you remember studying physics, if you remember studying biology, if you remember studying chemistry, you might have heard of the word, or you might have heard or read the word cohesion. That is the stickiness of liquid. For example, if you take a water glass and you were to take a water droplet and you were to put it on your finger and then extend your finger, you will see that it is still connected even though your fingers aren't touching. That is because of cohesion, and each different liquid has different cohesion properties. Coherence and cohesion are supposed to be logically organized and present ideas that are there with clear progression throughout. If you have ever programmed or have done coding by any chance, you might recall that the code or a program is read linearly, as in it is read one by one. It is not read all together, it is read one by one. When a person will be reading your essay, or when the examiner will be examining your essay, it is supposed to be progressing throughout the essay, throughout the paper, rather than it is sometimes progressing and then sometimes talking about past and sometimes progressing, and then there's no timeline or there's no clear connection. So in this course, I will be teaching you, I will be showing you ways through which you can improve your cohesion and coherence. It uses a range of cohesive devices appropriately, although there may be some under/overuse. This means that you're using transition words, you're using devices such as transition words that is clearly linking the paragraphs, are clearly linking the sentences or ideas together. Although there may be some under or overuse. Presents a clear central topic within each paragraph. As the class will progress, I will teach you, or I will show you how you can clearly map your essay, structure your essay before you even get to the start. And by doing that, you will be achieving tasks and you will be completing, you will be getting marks for task achievement, and you will also be getting marks for cohesion and coherence. Then comes lexical resource. I'm hoping that while I'm speaking over here, your headphones are on and you're looking at the material that is on the website. That way you aren't just seeing my face, you're listening to me and you're reading the material side by side. Or, if you're good with just watching and understanding it or taking it in, then go ahead and you may just simply watch. Lexical resource. Lexical resource is a different way of saying vocabulary. Your lexical resource should be should have sufficient range of vocabulary to allow some flexibility and precision. It should be or precision or slash and or precision. This means that using a particular word, you're able to blanket or you're able to cover a lot of different ideas. That way it is flexible, and if the case requires it to be very precise, then you can just use a particular word and hit the target. You use less common lexical items of some awareness of style and collation. This means that you're using different words to sound fancier. May produce occasional errors in word choice, spelling, or word formation. Keep in mind this is not your target. Your target should be 9, but again, this right now, the material over here, not the underneath material, but the rubrics, is currently from band 7. I can read band 9, but if you have gotten band 9 or if your caliber is of band 9, then you will just read band 9 yourself, and then you will follow along after I'm done talking about rubrics. Then come grammatical range and accuracy. This means that your grammatical range is varied and you're accurately presenting or writing sentences. To get a band 7, you have to use a variety of complex structures or sentences. You have to produce frequently error-free sentences. This means try not to make errors and you might be able to get to band 7. It is not that difficult, but again, it is subjective, so I will leave that up to the examiners. Has good control of grammar and punctuation, but may make few errors. If you're not making errors, then you will get a higher band. Before I continue into chapter 2, I will talk about a certain thing that I have to mention. DEAR, dear, is someone who is liked by us. It is also a word that is used as a starting off a letter as a salutation. It means you're saying hi or greeting someone. DEER is used to refer to an animal. Deer or deer. They're pronounced the same way. Don't take that wrongly. Deer or deer. To build your vocabulary, kindly head on to vocabulary.com. To increase your typing speed, I will go ahead and put a link over here. Go ahead and go on to that website. Chapter 2, Grammar. So we'll begin our lesson with grammar. Punctuation. There are different punctuations that can be used. However, I will go with period. Period is a dot. It is used at the end of a sentence. Full stop. It is also called full stop. Instead of it, you can use exclamation mark, you can use question mark, but if you have to learn all that grammar, you should take other classes. Comma. It is a dot with a line going down. It is used to divide different ideas of a sentence. Semicolon. It is used when a sentence could have been ended or could have ended, but it didn't. I always give example to the students that certain people, if you're in a Western country or now even in an Eastern member state, you will notice that certain people have wrist tattoos or neck tattoos where they have a semicolon. It is used to represent that person had thoughts of ending their life, but they didn't and proceeded with their life. It is very interesting thing. I believe in certain biology or certain medical courses, they actually teach the science of tattoos and what they represent, so they know how to treat or how to act or how to behave with the patient accordingly. Types of sentences. Simple sentence consists of one idea, one clause, or one simple solution or one idea. Joe waited for the train. Full stop. That is one idea. What is the sentence trying to say? Joe waited for the train. 2. Compound sentence. It is a sentence that consists of two ideas that can be separated by removing the comma and the conjunction. Let's look at an example. Joe waited for the train, comma, but the train was late. Full stop. Separated. Joe waited for the train, full stop. The train was late, full stop. By separating and removing the conjunction and the comma, you have now turned one sentence into two different sentences. That is great, but this is a great art, and you might be thinking or assuming that you can go ahead and write your entire essay in this way. The reason I'm teaching or I'm talking about different sentences is so when you're in your exam, when you're writing essays, you're writing different types of sentences to showcase your grammatical range. And when you're writing it accurately, you're showing your grammatical accuracy. The third type is a complex sentence. Complex sentence is a sentence that consists of two ideas that cannot be separated. While he waited at the train station, comma, Joe realized that the train was late. Full stop. Separated. While he waited at the train station, full stop. This is not a sentence. This is a sentence fragment because the idea has not been fully conveyed and there is a full stop. Same thing will happen to the second part of the essay when I will second part of the sentence when I will write it separately. Joe realized that the train was late. Full stop. Also a sentence fragment because the idea is incomplete. Throughout your essays, you have to write different types of sentences. You will I recommend my students to write at least 2 to 3 complex sentences, and rest should be compound and simple with conditional sentence if you're able to write one, or if the opportunity persists. Conditional sentence. If he wants to increase his vocabulary, he should read books. Full stop. Conditional sentences are conditions. If you have taken Excel, you might not Excel. Actually, yeah, Excel. You might recall the if formula. So if you're able to do this, or if that particular number is this amount, then this should be the result. So this is a conditional sentence. I wasn't able to find a proper and a clear, concise definition of conditional sentences. You're welcome to go ahead on google.com and try to search for conditional sentences and try to understand if you're unable to understand it over here. Tones of sentences. Tones of sentences. There are 2 tones through which we can convey our messages: active and passive tones. In the old days, the passive way of speaking was frowned upon, but now times have changed. There is an indifference to passive speakers. Active In an active sentence, the subject comes after the pronoun. He reads books. Passive. In a passive sentence, the subject comes before the pronoun. The books are read by me. Pronoun verb being me and he, and the subject being books. Again, I'm going to repeat the punctuation because students ask about this, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I expect you to learn it. I expect you to go ahead and learn this material and give a good exam, or give an exam that will get you a better band. Period. It is a dot that comes at the end of a sentence. Comma, it is a dot that comes in between the sentence between two ideas. Semicolon, it is used when a sentence could have ended but you decided not to end it. Remember to go in details if you aren't aware of grammar. Remember to go in details by going to youtube.com or google.com and going on to different websites. Keywords. Keywords are words that define the idea of a sentence. Joe waited for the train, but the train was late. The keywords are waited, train, late. That is the end of chapter 2. Then comes chapter 3. Structure of an essay. There are different types of essay questions that IELTS Academic or IELTS General will ask. Below is a general structure that I expect you to follow, but throughout the course I will try to find different ways to which you can, different questions, different types of questions that come, that IELTS Academy asks, and I will try to explain to you how you can go ahead and use them, how you can go ahead and answer them. Before starting an essay, write down 2 points or 2 reasons that will complete the answer to the question asked in the question statement. Question statement is the part of a sentence that is giving you a story and then asking you a question within it. Point 1 or reason 1. Point 2 or reason 2. The point 1 goes into body paragraph 1 and point 2 goes into body paragraph 2. When writing the 2 reasons, write them down as a topic sentence and paste them there when you are writing the actual essay. Note, do not write the 2 reasons in the actual essay paper or window of the essay, parentheses computer-based exam. The reason being, one of my students actually went ahead and wrote the reasons in the actual window of the IELTS essay. This caused that person to have to retake the exam because they weren't able to get a good band. Let's divide the essay into 4 different paragraphs, and I will explain to you how to write those 4 different paragraphs. Introduction paragraph is the first paragraph that you will write. After that you will write body paragraph 1. After that you will write body paragraph 2. And after that you will write conclusion paragraph. You'll begin your introduction paragraph with a general statement. Remember, each group is 1 to 2 sentences. General statement, then you will write paraphrase, and then this essay will discuss the reasons why. and then in my opinion this or that is the case. Number one is general statement. So let's talk about general statement. Think of a general statement as a sentence that will define the essay. A start of essay with poetry. This means that you're giving a general idea of what the essay will be. You're not being precise or concise, and you're not targeting one part of the essay. You're just trying to combine 2 to 3 or 4 different parts that you will be presenting in your entire essay, and you're trying to give it a title that will intrigue the reader or that will attract the reader towards your essay. It is also known as an attention getter. Paragraph 2. Paraphrase the question statement. Paraphrasing a sentence means rewriting the sentence in different wordings. Question statement, the bold part of the question essay. This means that you have to write the question statement, the story part of the essay, in different ways. You have to present it in a different wording to showcase your lexical resource. Part 3 is this essay will discuss the reasons why. Tell the 2 reasons why you believe what you believe to the answer of the essay question. You will begin your sentence with this essay will discuss the reasons why, and then you will go ahead and move into what your reason will be in the essay. I'll go into example, and that will further explain what you have to write, or how you can write and improve your writing band. After that comes in my opinion. In my opinion, you can begin your sentence with in my opinion, comma, this, or that. This sentence is written to show the opinion. Write this if needed. After introduction paragraph comes body paragraph 1. In body paragraph 1, you will write different sentences: topic sentence, explanation, example, and closing statement. Topic sentence is a sentence that will be from your point 1 or reason 1 that you wrote. Topic sentence is a sentence that tells the reader what the paragraph is about. That one paragraph that you will write, that is what this sentence will try to explain about. Think of this sentence as a headline of the paragraph. Then comes 2, explanation. In the explanation sentence, explain the headline that you just wrote in the topic sentence part of the previous sentence. Then, for example, if you wrote that robots will take over the planet Jupiter, then explain further. Zoom into the last 2 words of the topic sentence and then elaborate on them. If you have 2 reasons that needed to be elaborated, then use one of the following words to show the second sub-reason. Robots will take over Jupiter because of their peaceful nature. Moreover, they do not quit the task at hand. A way to showcase how you showed 2 reasons in an explanation would be you write the reason 1, comma, furthermore a reason 2. But remember, in this case, your reason 1 and 2 are being shown in both paragraphs together simultaneously. Then comes the example part. The example sentence is a sentence which gives the examiner an example of the reference given in the explanation. Remember to change the style in the second example in body paragraph 2. If you start with for illustration in the first body paragraph, then in the second body paragraph, start your example with for example. The example sentence should begin with one of the following styles. Remember to add comma after the two words. Let's look at different ways to write example. For example, comma. To illustrate, comma. For illustration, comma. To elaborate, comma. 4. The closing statement is the last sentence of the paragraph. In the closing statement, show the examiner you can switch and rephrase words. It fulfills the requirement of lexical resource. Start the closing statement with one of the following words. Thus or therefore. Last time I was doing it, the video got closed, and now I'll go ahead and repeat those sections that I had recorded and did not notice that the video wasn't recording anymore. So let me put the microphone in a place where it is more comfortable and carry on from that position. I also have to adjust my camera angles, make sure that I seem or I am more presentable to the camera. The example sentence is a sentence which gives examiner an example of the reference given in the example. Remember to change the style in the second example in body paragraph 2. If you start with for illustration in body paragraph, then start the second body paragraph example with for example. The example sentence should begin with one of the following styles. Remember to add a comma after the two words. These are the following examples to the examples that I will be giving. One is for example, to illustrate, for illustration, to elaborate. 4. The closing statement is the last sentence of the paragraph. In the closing statement, show the examiner you can switch and rephrase the words. It fulfills the requirement of lexical resource. Start with the closing statement with one of the following words. Thus, therefore, thus or therefore. Body paragraph 2. 1. Transition sentence, comma, topic sentence. 2. Explanation. 3. Examples. 4. Closing statement, if needed. 1. Transition sentence, comma, topic sentence. Notice how there is a comma between the words transition sentence and topic sentence. It is there for a reason. They both will be in one sentence in the form of a complex sentence. The transition part of the sentence starts with a transition word and then a connection to the previous body paragraph 1 topic sentence. Then, comma, the topic sentence of the body paragraph 2. The following is a list of transition words that can be used to begin a transition part of the sentence. A. Agreement transition word. Use this if your body paragraph 2 agrees with body paragraph 1. Not only, comma, the previous paragraph closing statement rephrased, comma, but also topic sentence part, full stop. B. The contradicting transition word. Use this if body paragraph 2 rejects the reason of the body paragraph 1. Although, comma, the previous paragraph closing statement rephrased, comma, but, comma, topic sentence part. In explanation sentence, explain the headline that you wrote in the topic sentence part of the previous sentence. For example, if you wrote that robots will take over the planet Jupiter, then explain further. Zoom into the last two words of the topic sentence and then elaborate on them. If you have two reasons that need to be elaborated, then use one of the following words to show the second sub-reason. A. Robots will take over Jupiter because of their peaceful nature. Moreover, they do not quit the task at hand. B. Reason 1, comma, furthermore, comma, reason 2. 4. Conclusion paragraph. 1. In conclusion, comma, points restated, those 2 points that you put in body 1 and body 2, body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, those restated. Then opinion again. If you didn't put the opinion in introduction paragraph, then you do not need to put it in the concluding paragraph. Start the conclusion paragraph with the words in conclusion. Then write a comma and then restate the previous points. This sentence should be in a complex sentence form. After that, write the opinion sentence. The opinion sentence is a restatement paraphrasing of number 1.4 of the essay structure. Number 1 is introduction paragraph. Number 4 is in my opinion. So what you will do is you will rephrase or restate of number 1 of point 4. In conclusion, comma, point 1 restated, comma, transition word, comma, point 2 restated, comma, opinion sentence. An essay consists of the following materials. 1. Write a 3 complex sentence. 2. Use transition sentence at the start of the body paragraph 2 to fulfill the requirement of the cohesion and coherence. 3. If the essay is agree or disagree type of essay, then write the extent of agreement. Completely agree, completely disagree, completely agree, completely disagree, partly agree, or partially disagree. Remember, there are different types of essays and I will go through all of them in the next few classes. In the case of partially agree, then write 1 point which agrees with the question statement and the other point which doesn't agree with the question statement. Write 3 complex sentences, write few compound sentences, and rest as simple sentences. Also try to change the tones of sentences, sometimes passive and sometimes active. Use synonyms when writing the word second time. For example, when writing school the second time in a paragraph, write educational institution. At the end of body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, write a closing statement. End of chapter 3. Chapter 4. Example essay. First, let's look at the bottom part, not the bottom part, the second paragraph. Some people believe that eventually all jobs will be done by artificially intelligent robots. What is your opinion? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. You can see the first line is what is referred to as question statement. So let's look at first paragraph of chapter 4, question statement. That is the first paragraph, some people believe. Then what is the question? The question is, what is your opinion on the question statement that was given before it? After that comes a command. It tells you to do certain thing and you have to go ahead and do that particular task. Now let's look at the example answer. You will notice that there are things written in parentheses, also referred to as brackets by some individuals. Those things, you do not have to write them in your exam. However, if you are submitting your essay to me and I've told you to go ahead and submit those essays, then you will write parentheses. Think of them as training wheels so you know where you personally are writing your sentences. That will help you structure your essays, and that will help you structure your writing, and that will keep you task oriented rather than going here and there, as some people like to say, here and there. You will stay on task. Artificially intelligent robots are progressively replacing humans in the workforce. That is a general statement. This means that it is a blanket statement. This essay can go either ways, but it just shows a general direction. After which you will paraphrase the question statement. Now, you will see paraphrasing. When I said paraphrasing is synonym, I meant paraphrasing is synonym of the entire sentence. Some individuals, the original was some people. After that it says believe, I wrote it as think. That eventually I wrote it as that with time. These robots will take over all their jobs. Your target while giving the exam is to showcase your lexical resource as well, which means to showcase the examiner that you can write one word in different ways. Once you have mastered that ability, that is when they hand you a 9.0. Otherwise, the best you will get is 8 or 8.5. But most commonly, people in writing celebrate when they get 7.5. This essay will discuss the reason why robots will successfully take over all jobs from humans. That is the end of paragraph 1, the introduction paragraph. Then comes topic sentence. Robots will eventually replace all jobs that are currently being done by human beings. That is a sentence that will dictate what the entire paragraph will be about. Then you explain what you mean by that topic sentence. Many companies are already turning to artificial intelligence due to their ability of performing tasks error-free. Then you will give an example of that explanation. For example, McDonald's has been replacing their cashiers with automated device, because of which number of errors have decreased significantly in customers' orders. After that, you will give a closing statement. Thus, by introducing automation in companies, the chances of human errors are significantly reduced, which in turn leads to increase in productivity and progress. Remember to install Grammarly.com. That will help you with your grammar. But if or when you're submitting your essays to my website or to my Facebook fan page, remember to not use Grammarly when submitting them. After that comes body paragraph 2, transition sentence, comma, topic sentence. In addition, that is a transition word. To being error-free, that is a connection to the previous paragraph. In the previous paragraph, you said to being error-free, performing tasks free of error. Then, comma, robots are faster at computing than an average person. That is your new topic sentence. Explanation. After you have written those three different things, you explain what you mean by that. Robots do not require rests or breaks during work, leading to increase in productivity in any given frame of time. For example, my company introduced an automated car wash which washes 12 cars per hour compared to 5 cars per hour if done by humans. The reason of increase in productivity was due to no time being wasted on breaks. After that, you will give a closing statement. Therefore, due to robots' lack of needs towards resting, their attractiveness is high for organizations, and in time, they will take all jobs from humans. After you have done your body paragraph 2, you will jump into conclusion. This is the time you will be jumping into conclusion because you only have 40 minutes at best when you're writing or doing task 2. In conclusion, artificially intelligent robots are not only less prone to errors, this is a connection to the previous, to body paragraph 1, and then but also perform a task quicker than an average man. That's body paragraph 2, and that will be your concluding sentence. It is also a complex sentence. After that, you will rephrase. If you have already written opinion in introduction paragraph, you will rephrase it over here. Otherwise, you will carry on and write your opinion over here. In my opinion, it is inevitable that all jobs will be performed by robots in the future. That is my personal opinion. It does not have to be true. It does not have to be from real life, but it is much suggested that you go ahead. It is very suggested that you go ahead and write examples from your real life that will actually make it more relatable to the examiner, and it will be much better for you as well. That is the end of lesson class 1, and at the end of this class you'll find a question. I'll go ahead and put in a question, and I always recommend my students' websites. I will also recommend you to visit recommended websites page to go ahead and go to those recommended websites. Thank you so much.